Good evening, guys, and welcome back to SiD SiCKNESS Show. How y'all doing? I just want to say apologize for not getting it out last night like I usually do. I just wasn't feeling it last night. So anyway, but I'm not gonna let you guys down. I'm still gonna get the job done here. So basically tonight, it's gonna be a little bit different. I got a new segment that I'm gonna start off with. Hopefully, I'll be able to keep this going. But first, I want to talk about just a little bit about Metaside, just a couple of things that I've been thinking about since last week. So I know I was very thorough in explaining the, the show where it's going to be and all that good stuff. We'll touch on that again next Friday, as that'll be the day before the show. And it's going to be kind of a special report. I'm going to try to have Alex with me for that show that night, and then the next evening after the show, I'm going to try to do another one after the show. But who knows? We don't know how it's going to go. We'll see what happens. But we'll have something cool for you next Friday night, I'm sure. But I've been thinking about a couple of things that I'd like to really try out since I've had my webcam and everything, and I was possibly thinking about doing some webcast shows or webcasting some more practices, or uploading the videos or whatever onto YouTube, something like that. So I'm gonna see if this next Saturday that if I can't get it set up and get something going, and if I do, it's gonna be really cool. And like I said, I hope I can get it working, but we'll see. Uh, but mainly tonight, I want to do a thing I call the Cool Band Spotlight. Okay, I'm gonna try to have every once in a while just have a segment where basically do my show, revolving around a band. Tonight, I'm going to talk about PIGFACE, the industrial supergroup formed in 1990 by the Martin Atkins of Public Image Limited and Bill Rieflin of Ministry, and they played Atkins played drums for PIL, and Bill Rieflin played for Ministry, and they had him on they had him aboard on the Minds a Terrible Thing to Taste tour, and Atkins and Rieflin just got to thinking that this lineup can be a lot more than just this tour. So they decided to collaborate and put together an industrial collective called Pigface. And their first album, which is called Gub, this is old school here. Check this out. Yes, it's on tape because I'm an old motherfucker. There you go. It's one of my favorite albums of all time, and the lineup is just sick. Okay, this kind of give you an idea of you guys that don't know who they are, but these names will probably give you an idea of you know what they're about and what they can do. For instance, again, Martin Atkins of Public Image and Bill Rieflin of Ministry, and Paul Barker also of Ministry, doing bass and there's a vocal track on the song Tailor Made, and Chris Connolly of the Revolting Cocks and also of Ministry does the vocals on the majority of the tracks. Inesh KMFDM lends his vocals to a track on there, and Ogre of Skinny Puppy, who they also had on the Minus Trouble Thing Taste tour, which is very cool. Um, lends his vocal talents to the song Tapeworm. Trent Reznor, as you well know, Nine Inch Nails, does lends his vocals to Suck. And let's see, Matt Schultz. This guy is really cool. I don't know if you guys probably haven't heard of his band, but it's called Lab Report, and he is the inventor of a instrument known as the ATG, and I'm going to get into detail about that in just a second because it's really cool. It's going to blow your mind. And we also got William Tucker, also Ministry, and primarily My Life of a Thrill Kill Cult. If you haven't heard of those guys, check them out. Confessions of the Knife. It's a great album. And and David Yao of the Jesus Lizard lending his vocal talents on the Bushmaster. And we also got the famous Steve Albany producing, doing bass on Tapeworm, oscillators on Bushmaster, and the guitar on Point Blank. So he really had a big hand in making this project happen. Now then, back to the ATG. Now this is a trip, okay? This instrument is it's a multi-string instrument that basically augments the tones that to and above and beyond the chromatic scale, and basically it's an amazing instrument. It's an 8-foot beam that suspends like 10 strings, okay, 10 different strings, and the six upper, this is where it gets a little weird. The six upper register strings consist mainly of single gauge wires, and they vary in size from 24 to 18 gauge, okay, and that's on the upper. Now on the lowers, they it was four woven cables. Mainly they mainly used them for like automatic garage door openers and things like that. And there's six of them stretched across the beam on a lower scale. And basically, what they do is they plug it in, right, and they run like a cello bow across the strings, producing a wild array of sounds. And also, they the strings can be, of course, plucked or hammered, producing just some crazy noises and some very unique tones on there. I'd like to get my hands on one. It's basically the same thing as kind of like the gristleizer with TG. Is invented exclusively by one of the members of the band, and hard to reproduce. Until now, you can order them from Endangered Audio, I believe. They have a Stomp Box version. They also have the tabletop version, and pretty cool toys, pretty cool stuff to play around with. But let's see. Yeah, basically that's what Pigface does is each album is totally different, kind of like Metaside, but they have a revolving door of members, which is really cool. So every lineup is totally different. See, so, let's see names like of course Jello Biafra helped them out in one album. Like I said, Ogre, Genesis Peorage, TG. Lots of different collaborators and stuff from 1990 to present day, and so that accounts for a lot of albums and a lot of material out there to check out. So look them up on YouTube, MySpace. Martin Atkins got his own Facebook page. Adam, he's a real cool guy. I just want to stop here right here to say, speaking of Mr. Atkins, did talk to him for a little bit concerning the PIL reunion, and and as I was told by him, he told me that he was never even asked to play drums on the reunion, which I think is a little messed up. Sorry, but the reunion consisted of none of the original members, and except for Mr. Lydon. But anyway, I digress about that. Just wanted to put that out there. I want to touch on this one other thing before I have to go, and that's pretty soon. This book right here is a series called 33 and a Third, and this is one of the coolest books I've ever found. And what it is basically a series of books that central themselves on one subject, one band's album, a very influential album of the 20th century. And so that's what these all are about. And this particular one covers Thriving Gristle's 20 jazz funk grades, and it reads like a science textbook. It's very precise and thorough. Each chapter covers the tracks individually, and I haven't seen the likes of music bio that is more informative than this. It's written by the fanatics for the fanatics. So check out 33third THIRD.com. See if one of your fave albums is a topic. Very cool book. Go check it out. In the meantime, you guys rock on. I gotta get the hell out of here. And I will see you guys next week. Got some cool stuff for you, so stay tuned. See you then.